that we don't have the alt prop. Okay, let's do that one. Let's say that for the Gatsby image, we'll add alt as well. And in this case, I'll just pass in the name. So I'll say name. And once we add that, we scroll back. Notice how we don't have any warnings. Now, also, let's remember that we have shared props, meaning if I want, I can add the class on this Gatsby image as well. For instance, in here, I can go with class name. Again, this name is exactly the same like we had in the static image. So in the static image, we have this class name, and remember, we were accessing it. Well, this is going to be the same. The difference, of course, now I'm adding to all of the images, the same one. So I'm not doing that manually. I'm adding to all of them. And I'm going to call this gallery img. Okay. Now I'll also add a class here with a item just because I want a little bit of space in between. So I'm going to go with item. And first I'm going to say that every item class is going to get a little bit of margin to the right. Again, we're not worried about CSS. I just want a little bit of space in between. So my apologies if you're not a fan of my CSS. And you know what? Actually, instead of whole margin, I'm just going to go with margin right. And then remember, now we have gallery img. So I can simply add, for example, a border radius. So I have that class on my wrapper. So I can simply say gallery img. And here I can say border radius. And this one will be equal to 1 rem. Again, we'll have to go back to the big screen. Now we have ourselves a nice gallery. I guess the key takeaways here are following, where we're iterating over the list, and then we need to look for child image sharp, and more specifically, Gatsby image data. And then inside of this Gatsby image data, these are all the options we can set up, just like we did with the static one. The difference is that, of course, here we are doing that using GraphQL. And then, of course, we just need to pass this in into a Gatsby image. So we import Gatsby image, then we need to set up the component, and then we have image prop. This is where we pass in that data with whatever configurations you have. Again, you can technically leave this open, just deal with a default setups. And then, of course, we have alt prop, and then the rest of the shared props that we covered with a static image. And if you do that, you'll display all your list images using Gatsby image. And while we're still on the top